allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Good morning to you, a good afternoon to you, and a good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. And thank you so much for joining me Today also marked the end of the month as well. So while we count the hours to December, the 1st of December, please, after reading the caption of this broadcast, read the description of the broadcast as well, okay? Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them to join us that Mayegun today, Mayegun is live. Now let me add a caveat before we delve into all of this. Whatever it is that is going to be shared in this broadcast tonight, right, is already in the public. So therefore, we are not violating any law by sharing this part of information. And for those who have been following the development in Nigeria since the time of, let's say after the time of Donald Trump's tweets that triggered a series of events up to this moment, would mainly agree that we do deserve an update. I said something on this platform, I think about 2 or 3 days ago, that when Ribadu visited Washington with that delegation sent, by Tifnumbu, when they met with the Secretary of War, Secretary of War, XF in Washington. So they said they agreed to a series of deals, which in itself includes arms deals to Nigeria, okay, to the tune of probably $2 billion. And also that Nigeria welcomed the Americans' involvement, but not like gone a-blazing, like Donald Trump presented it. That they would like if they could carry out a reconnaissance operation, and that is where America will be given official access to Nigeria airspace, whereby they can then begin to map out the locations of these terrorists. But this time around, from the information public already, right? The target, their primary target, as we are now finding out, seems to be the ISWAP in Borno, as well as through the Lake Chad, especially the part of Moguno, which is in Borno State. But if you remember what drives the conversation around what should be the approach, the Nigerian government's approach, or even the American government's approach towards this terrorism, should it be a religious approach, or should it come from the fact that these terrorists are also killing the Muslims or killing just Nigerians? So many people would have expected that the first action would be around the middle belt or north central of Nigeria. But from this information that are now in public, it seemed that they are starting from Borno State. Okay, so there is this American, security tracker and analyst. Okay, his name is Brant Philip. So he's been sharing some of these, informations that are already shared, that were already shared by the American intelligence. Surprisingly, that's why I said whatever you watch on this platform, right, it's not violating any law. They were officially released. They wanted us to see them. So Mayegun's Diary Political is just a place where you can sit down and join others to access this info, analyze it yourself, not from what they heard them say. So it makes it more like a community. Do you get me now? So Brant has been sharing this by saying in the last 3 days, they've spotted the deployment of manned and unmanned American drones to a certain part of Nigeria. And the tracker actually took them to Lake Chad, Borno, Moguno, and all these axes. All right. And they said this operation seems to be a coordinated operation between Nigeria and Americans. But remember, we initially thought that if America was going to actually put boots on the ground to go after the terrorists first thing first is they will likely want to take over the Nigeria airspace, because that's when they will have a proper, I believe, closer look access to the positions of these terrorists. But Nigeria said it is more complicated than that, as you know, as available evidence have shown that some of these localities have mixed up with these terrorists so much, especially the Fulani terrorists. But when it comes to the ISWAP, who are much like controls the vast area of Lake Chad, and at the same time controls the vast areas of Borno State, which is part of Nigeria today. So whatever this idea is all about is that America will locate them, and with the Nigerian cooperation or whatever it is, right, they will take them out one after the other. And that's what they did, you know. So from the video, the clips that they have also released, which I'm going to share with you. Now let's take a look at this. So their aircraft have been moving from Accra, Ghana, manned, unmanned. And this is what they have been doing. You see that circle? That is it, just flying solo around the airspace of those axes, considered as, the entire area controlled by the Boko Haram and the ISWAP, especially in northern Borno and what have you, right? Up to the Lake Chad. So you see this solo flight is just to take pictures, videos, locations, and the rest of that. And he did that few times and returned back to Accra in Ghana. Then again, right, it's also been spotted again that he did more of that reconnaissance, moves, obtaining pictures, videos, and what have you of these terrorists, identifying some of their spots, right? So this happened in the last 3 days, including yesterday. No, hang on. Yeah, in the last 3 days. You can say in the last 4 days now, because this information was like, these are things that have already happened. They are not things they are planning to do, like, okay, we are going to do this next. No. Whichever information they made public that people like us have access to, they are already public, right? Whatever these informations are, right, they are things they've already done. However, giving us the clip of what it is going to be like, so it's going to be like when America and Nigeria, in this sense, actually work together to really take out the terrorist. But we are going to come back to the North Central very soon. So they shared this clip, no sound. So I'm going to leave it like that. So you can watch it solemnly, pay attention to it properly, like I did, and tell me what you notice. Did you see that? So you saw their movement, the several trips made by their unmanned and manned, because they have different, in fact, I think they actually have names for those aircraft, so that for those who are listening, so this will just be like a tale by moonlight, especially for those of you who have military backgrounds and you probably wanted more details of what happened. Like if I could, break it down for the viewers a little better, right? So from the information, right, there is that the U.S. Air Force, this is the American Air Force ISR aircraft, okay? So it's been going on that trip. That is the one they have been sending to identify this movement. All those video, the part of the video you saw earlier, to identify which of them are just herdsmen walking away in the territory of a terrorist. How? Which of them of those located spots, which of them serves as maybe small community where they have other people? Which of them serves as more or less like a logistics, like maybe their food, their whatever, yeah? Identify that. Which area do you really think, or who are those ones in that area? Are those ones like the armed ones, like their real army and all that? So I'm just using this to give you an example of what the aircraft was looking for. So it's been going and going and going, right? And every time it returned with perfect images that zoomed in, zoomed out to identify the objects or the objects moving on the ground, back, and the location where they found all this. So Brant said, for the third day in a row, to spy over the ISWAP's Mantika Krenwa in Borno State, on the fringes of Lake Chad, northeast of Nigeria, right? Then these aircraft that they have been sending, man and unmanned, the unmanned ones are like the drones that just fly solo. They may just be like about 10,000 feet that you can't really see them. They take the picture from that space and then they deliver, right? And there is more. So again, from the report, the same aircraft, US Air Force ISR aircraft, right, was also conducting the same reconnaissance earlier, which is this report was like that of 2 days ago. I'm sorry, yesterday rather. So again, this time around, it was around the same Lake Chad, Borno, the northeast of Nigeria, or that axis. So I'm going to let you see that image again. This time, I'm going to leave sound, this background sound on it, and tell me again, what do you think? And I have my own question after that too. Now, these attacks, the reason why it is believed that these attacks or these strikes rather were carried out by the Americans, not by the Nigerian Air Force, but just like with the permission of the Nigerian government based on their current arrangements to actually go after the terrorists. They target their supplies, they targeted their base and every other area of interest that they had to take out. When it was time to go and take them out, it was in the middle of the night. The entire place is already mapped. Their location has been found, as in, what do you call that? Like locked in already. So it was just for this drone to come in, do its job, take the picture, confirm the target, and come back. And all of this was done all the way from Accra in Ghana, from the US military base around the area. So that then would then bring us to Nigeria, our reality. Some are saying that among the weapons in the cover of Nigerian government, especially the Air Force and their militaries, generally their military, the Nigerian government have superior air power over these terrorists, right? And most of this shelling there were times that Nigeria was doing all of that, right? Now, most of these shellings and all of that could easily be carried out, even from Kaduna. In fact, even from Maiduguri is quite easier or probably closer, or better still from all these their military bases in Kaduna. Fly to this border of Lake Chad and the rest of this area, right? And take all these images and all of that America are known for, all these things that we see in the movies. You will see them in the movies, and somehow you see them also in real life. If you have watched some of the operations of these Americans, including the one they carried out when they came to rescue, a preacher, an American preacher that got kidnapped in the neighboring country, and they brought him to Nigeria. And they came in, they took them out, all by using that same technique, where they can identify those who are armed. Where are they based? Where are they keeping their hostages? How many people are there? You get what I mean? But Nigerian military, right? Before we go into other happenings in Nigeria today, right? Nigerian military, they claimed that they repelled the Boko Haram attack on Chibok last night, where over 300 terrorists attacked Chibok, and with the valiant, with the determination of Nigeria's valiant soldiers, they repelled them. But the point now is that there was no casualty at all, except that the terrorists still succeeded in kidnapping 2 people. 300 terrorists. That is like an army. Let me show you something that is just made public this afternoon. In fact, I think it's already public in some of the northern Nigeria's, probably like their libraries and public spaces. I don't know, but it's not public on the internet. Now take a look at the list on your screen for you to understand the amount of terror that Nigeria is actually dealing with, and why northern Nigeria at this point should be calling for sober reflection. Okay, so this, I Am a Bandit, a decade of research in Zamfara State, Bandits Den, by Dr. Murtala Ahmed Rufai. Yeah. Now, if you take a look at that list, in just, they say, this is table 2 by the way, list of some major bandit leaders in Zamfara State, local government area, Maradon, one local government area. You have number 1, the bandit leaders. Number 1, Samaila, his own area of location, where he's having his own, what do you call it? Where he's having his own ungoverned area, right? As we speak, you have, his name is Samaila, is a bandit leader. He stays in Bayandusi. Bayandusi, his own army consists of about 150 fighters. Just so you know, that's Samaila. Number 2, you have Jimo Fadama. Jimo Fadama is also from the area. In fact, let me put all of them together, right? Jimo Fadama, that one has 80 fighters. Simolijaya, that one 65 fighters. Sahabi has 250 fighters. Nahaka, Abinaka, that one has 180 fighters. Aminu Jajani, 120 fighters. These are armed terrorists with AK-47. So when they say fighters, you get what that means, right? Now, if you go down and you get to number 18, Alilu, that one stays in Sububu. Location, his own location is Sububu. Okay. No, sorry. And it's got 1,200 terror fighters, right? Then go down, you get to number 28. Dogo Giade, that's another terror leader. He stays in Dajin Barbadoka, 2,000 fighters. Damana, that one stays in Dajin Sebi, 1,500 fighters. Ali Kankala, Kasala, that one stays in Madada, 1,600 fighters. Bulaki at number 32. He stays in Gabas Galadima, 1,200 fighters. Now, you see, the point here is this. When you lay your hands on the number of known terrorists in northern part of Nigeria, and how much those who are negotiating with them have enabled them over the years, you will realize that the amount of Fulani terrorists, these are not even like ISWAP and Boko Haram. These are just the Fulani terrorists. In Zamfara State alone, they can pull out over 30,000 fighters. in Zamfara alone. Terrorists. So that gives you an idea that, okay, if they have 30,000 fighters, plus or minus, does that mean that they've got more than 30,000 AK-47 and other ammunitions? Absolutely. They've got stockpile of it. Right? So in Ejiba, Kogi State, what happened? What happened at the church where in Kwara, where they took they took worshippers for about 6 days. Demanded 30 worshippers, and that was Eruku. Remember Eruku in Kwara State. So they took 30 worshippers on a Sunday. They just announced that they've released them last Friday, Thursday. Now these terrorists have gone to Ejiba in Yagba West, local government area of Kogi State. Another church. The number of people kidnapped are yet unknown, but primarily, right, the pastor, his wife, and more than 30 members of his church have been allegedly kidnapped by these terrorists. And their government in Kogi State has confirmed that as well. Right? One sec.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You can't hide in you. You know, church can't take you on the age by any delay. You know, church any. Okay, if you don't go out of the day, there will be no go. You know, church any. You don't teach you with Ejiba. Only Oji. You go wow. You go wow. You know, church any. About Lando. That is about only just the head of this church. About enough below. You go wow. You know, church any. See how can only buy. You know, church any. You know, church not teaching you any. Ejiri. Ewo. Àwọn èèyàn wà ní church. Ejiri. Rí wọn ti pa speaker wọn pa anything. Ó dá ibi tán gbà jáde ni. Ti àwọn èèyàn. Ẹ ti rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Àfi k'Ọlọ́run gbà wá ni o. Àfi k'Ọlọ́run gbà wá ni o.
Happening live at Ejiba, Kogi State, Yagba West.
See what is happening in Ejiba now. See what is happening at Ejiba now. This kidnapper was trouble. Arrest people to see. See what's happening in Ejiba now. Àwọn sójà bá yín wí. Àwọn fẹ́ kọjá.
Get up here, okay, please.
Yeah, that's the police chopper. Long after the terrorists have already taken the worshippers. Do you understand? So they sent the shoppers to go after the terrorists while the youth in the town were mounting roadblocks. Everyone was quite confused because they had no idea what to do. 2 days ago, they still kidnapped a king in another town in Kwara, right? And similarly, this afternoon, there's a report of them killing a woman, another person in Kano, even though Kano was still celebrating that those they kidnapped from the community in that same northern Kano, right? So about 9 of them, they've been rescued today, only for another report to say, oh, they've killed another woman and they've kidnapped another person in the same Kano. So it's kind of like spreading like that. Then when you come to the North Central, this is where we have the middlebelters. So by Nigeria description, okay, they are North Central. This is where the Fulani terrorists have grown so wild that this Christian genocide, Muslim genocide, or whatever genocide is that everybody wants to admit to, but they are killing Nigerians in droves, right? Remained volatile. Kwara continued to receive attacks after attacks as we speak. More communities are being targeted, and not all of them are making it to the news. Kogi State, and this is not like the new things. These killings have been happening, but what many are wondering, or they are, kind of like confused about, is the fact that why is it so like increasing every now and then? But to some of you might think, oh yeah, they're probably increasing the attacks right now because they don't want Tinubu to win and all of that stuff. You are stressing yourself. Don't let them even kill you with that brain before that 2027 itself. All right. What you have in Nigeria now is that more and more people are now getting traction for the report on the attacks in their communities. Before now, except you see a blog, a platform, pick up all this news to amplify them, right? People will be screaming and crying, and there will be nobody listening to them. You will see videos of attacks in communities in areas, right? And you barely see anybody paying attention to them. But what happened to these days is that more and more people are indeed paying attention. And when I say paying attention, it simply means that just put it out there, because a lot of people are now interested in what is going on in Nigeria. The complication that some people are also pointing out these days, right, is the fact that some of these areas, you see that list I shared with you earlier. Sorry, give me a second. Right. I think something happened to my second microphone, so it should be better now, right? So you see that list I shared with you earlier of just one local government area where they have more than 100 Fulani terrorist leaders. Just one local government. And that is just page 57. That simply means that is not all. So when I lay my hand on everything, I'm going to bring the PDF over here, the link I can share with you. You can open it and read, and then you understand that where exactly do you really think solving or resolving this wahala will start from? When you have a whole country filled with people with this kind of mentality, and they are existing, they are living like normal. You and I see them as terrorists. In all these communities, they do not really see them as terrorists. Not like some of them have choice, sure you get, to start with, right? But at the same time, there are actually those people who agrees with them. Now, if you have all those informants, all those villages, communities that actually have them where they are living normally, they have their children, they have their, they have their cars, they live normally. Meanwhile, me and you believes that they are just living in this forest and all of that, and there they are giving them weapons and all that. They have communities that, you would rather feel like, this Wahhabism, this Islamic Wahhabism that they said is so dangerous. Even Muslims, some Muslims are saying this Wahhabism, is dangerous, the most neck of Islam. Well, how about you let them have their own country? That would sound selfish, wouldn't it? Because how this ideology became, got to their mainstream, that they have an army of believers that are ready to carry guns and kill, and those who are willing to shield them, even in death. So how did this ideology spread so much that you begin to ask yourself, how are you really going to radicalize those ones who didn't shoot or kill, but have walked with him, have walked religiously, have walked loyally to the cause of these murderers? It is so deep, but that's a young man that escaped in one of their abduction, what do you call it? One of their kidnapping, incident, and he managed to escape. So when he finally got closer to where people rescued him or saw him, and they interviewed him, and he told them what happened, and he also said that he strongly believed that most of the people, when you travel down north, when you travel on some of these terror-prone areas, you will realize that some of these communities that looked harmless, they are informants for these terrorists who are dwelling at the back of their own, forest and all that. It sounds so strange, but if you have been collecting if you have been, documenting the eyewitnesses account, the victims' accounts, and all that, including those who have experienced these kidnappings and they've survived it. All right, paid ransoms. They have given different information, so to say, right, on their own experiences. We've had people who have said that most of the places where kidnappers or terrorists kind of like come out and kidnap people, they are mostly not far from the police checkpoint. Others have said that when they went to pay ransom to these terrorists, the location they gave to them, it's not really that far from the police checkpoints, that sometimes we're wondering that were the terrorists actually like hiding behind the forest next to the police checkpoint. Like, what was that? They've had instances where police have actually helped them to process payment of ransoms to these terrorists. Sure, you get that. So what is, people have been caught as suppliers of this, suppliers of logistics to these terrorists, fuel, food, medications, and all that. Sure, you get. And these are ordinary folks, normal people who travels with you, like, in the public transport on the same road, but with different to different destinations. Most of them straight to the den of this terrorist. So this young man's experience should be documented.
This is the one of the victims that were kidnapped along this Sokoto road. So he ran out from the captivity of the bandits. So what is your name?
My name is Onoja Joseph.
Okay,
I'm coming from to Abuja for my CWS district. So we are inside 18 passenger. 18 passenger bus when this thing happened. We are marching to the inside the bush. They have been taking us for we are crossing for like 3 hours. We have been crossing the different type of river. We cross like 7 rivers. It's only 3 that is a big river, very deep. So on our way going, they are maltreating some people that are not cooperating. So how I manage to escape is that immediately I see that everywhere is getting dark, and I manage myself inside one bush. Okay. That was why I escaped. So as I was coming out, I saw 3 men outside that night.
In this village?
Yes, in this village. I was even thinking I am safe in their hand.
In the Sokoto village?
Yes. I was even thinking I was safe in their hand. When I started, they were asking me questions like, those people have bike, something like that. They're all gone. There are plenty. I said yes. That was when they started calling them. Why will they allow someone to escape during the operation.
Then they are speaking language.
Yes, they are speaking the
Kaba language.
The Kaba language. Yeah.
So you the ears must.
Yes.
Because you understand Yoruba.
Because I understand Yoruba, now it make me pick up.
Yeah. You are from which state?
I'm from Benue State.
Benue, they speak Benue language.
I speak Benue language. And they understand Yoruba.
So that's why you pick
this
up
that language with Yoruba one mix together. I make me hear as they call and say why which bus they operate yesterday in the earlier today. Can't say they operate 18 passenger. Can't say yes. Can't say one escape. Say why they go let person escape out of them. Can't say we can sit down and say I can't tell the man say I come make I go toilet. Can't say make I toilet for here where they see me now. Can't say I person where they shot. Say make I move from small. Now here I run.
Okay. Then when you people come across the attack, like what they carry and their numbers?
They carry a lot of weapons. They even carry weapon. They even get weapon. We be say, be like say they no feel land. Now on top bike the mash and put where they do shoot.
And if you
the people wey pack us enter the bush different than the people wey march us go. People wey dey use bike dey carry person dem different. All those people wey come road yesterday wey those one are to cause distraction. People wey march us dey go different. People wey carry bike as we dey go sef we even dey see their wife wey dey greet them well done. As we dey enter inside bush dey go wey we dey see their hut they come dey greet them say well done. How na dey? We even dey see their wife, see their children, see.
This is the one of.
So there's so much to unpack from what that young man just said, right? There's so much to unpack that the terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, they are known. Like they want you to believe that they are not Nigerians. Shehu Sani already told us that we shouldn't say that. That would be wrong. They are known. The Fulani terrorists operating in Nigeria, kidnapping people, they are established in this forest. They have wives, they have children, like that young man just said. And it's like they are working shifts. The way he said it now is like they are working shifts. Those that will kidnap you from the main road, those are just like to distract and all of that stuff and take you. So when they manage to take some of you, then they will march into the bush. You will be walking through towns. Some of these small communities, small villages that you'll probably be seeing. They will see that they are marching people, 20 people, 30 people with gun like that. And you will see people and you just be wondering like, oh my God, how was that convenient? Like we are not animals. This is not somebody marching his cow or leading his cows. No, we are humans. And how come these people are like indifferent? Only few people will probably be observant enough. Then from that information, it means that those who kidnap people on the road, they are different from those who are going to continue to march them into the deeper jungle. And I have seen witnesses, survivors, who are giving accounts that in their camps where they tie people down like animals, they will tie your hand, tie your legs, and they will, it's, you know how they tie animals, right? When they will put a peg down, you know that peg, they will put this peg down, and then they will tie your hand, tie your legs, and they will, and then tie you to, sorry about that, and then tie you to that peg. Rain, no sun, no winter, or anything, or you are there until your people bring ransom. Then you are going to be seeing their children, their wives, whose heart pretty much is not far from where they tie you. Sometimes they will look at you and see you and come around. If they say they should give you food, they will. If they say they shouldn't give you food, they won't. Like these guys should be, they will have this their forest here. Or let me say they will have their base in this forest here. unchallenged, unchecked. And they can travel as far as 40, 50 kilometers away, 60 kilometers away to go and kidnap people. And they will march you through that forest, hand you to another group, and then hand you to another one. Or sometimes they themselves will handle you by leading you straight, walking from Kogi to Kwara, and then back, something like that. Or better still, take you to their camp where they will tie you down like animal. That is where they will be beating people. That's where they are killing people. They killed this man in front of his wife, this Reverend Father, right? They killed him 2 days ago, right? They took him and took his wife, and they were demanding for 50 million naira for them. The church couldn't pay the money. Yeah? And the next thing, they shot and killed him in front of his wife. His wife, she's a widow right now. Listen to this. So this is something that should actually get you to understand the deepness of this wound that kills people in this most barbaric way. They kidnapped the man and his wife since the 28th of October, last month. Then just this past week, they uploaded their pictures on social media. They took their pictures and sent their pictures with their phones to their family members and said they will kill them. They will kill the man first, and then they will kill the wife later if they don't pay that money. And I heard that they have been offered 10 million naira or 20 million naira, that still they were not satisfied. So they killed him. They shot and killed him in front of his wife. So his wife is now a widow, mourning, right? And our own faith is undecided. So imagine somebody being, I don't know what you are facing, because I am facing my own right now. And I can tell you, it feels like I'm drowning too. But yeah. But for somebody who was traveling with her husband for an event, and they got kidnapped, and their world turned upside down, just like that. And they have been living in the terrorist camp for over a month. And in that same place where they know that they could get killed anytime, like what kind of fate will befall somebody in that manner that can be compared to any form of situation that you might possibly be going through right now yourself? And then the next thing, from that moment you turn to a widow and your whole life is hanging in the balance. And right now there are so many other kidnappings and killings all over the place that you are not even a priority. The church won't pay ransom. Yeah, Catholic Church won't pay. They will never pay you ransom. And they say it is the church policy or so they will never pay. So if you are a reverend father or you are a bishop, this or that, you should just take your security and your protection very, very serious. Because if anything should happen and you end up in the hand of this terrorist, the church won't pay ransom. So you just have to, you would have to rely on the government, saving you, or God saving you. Either way. So that is why they have slaughtered and killed so many of these, church leaders, reverend fathers. They are killing them like Baba, man, in Benue, in Plateau, in all these axis of north central of Nigeria. And when you say there is no Christian genocide in northern Nigeria, in the middlebelt part of Nigeria, that is what this Kuka has now been quoted to have said, right? Kuka said, you can kill 10 million people. That is not genocide. Because according to him, it is the intent that matter, the motive. The killings in Nigeria today, and in the middlebelt part of Nigeria today, it is not religiously motivated. Even if millions are killed, or millions of Christians are killed, you can't see it that way. And it is so strange. It was the same Kuka, among others, when Bokwari was your president, right? That championed and even gave testimonies locally and internationally over the genocide going on in southern Kaduna, Benue, and the plateau, Taraba, and all these places. But he changed that. I don't understand. You know, this was recent when Bokwari was your president. This was like about 3-4 years ago. It's not like 40 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And his own testimonies as a witness, right? A witness account, they are all documented all over the place. So now, even if 10 million people are killed, that does not amount to genocide. That's what Kuka said. And right now, it is believed that it might be history repeating itself again. There was this bishop too, right? Bishop, let me see if I can have a story just to quickly take out that statement of Kuka, okay? So they said during the Holocaust, a Catholic priest and a politician, President Joseph Tiso signed the deportation order that sent 70,000 Slovak Jews to their death. The church watched. Bishops kept their robes clean. They taxed the victims and never excommunicated the killer in the collar. So now in Nigeria, the blood cries again, Bishop Matthew Kuka, another person of interest in the history that our own children should end up coming to learn. How sad. They said history doesn't just repeat, it does indict. Yeah, Kuka was quoted to have said that, there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. These people are saying that and all that, okay? So, and a lot of people believe that he's doing that on purpose, by the way. And if whatever it is he wants is not granted at the end of the day, it could end up changing his statement again. Men of no shame, so to say, you know. But now let's leave Kuka, others. In the middle belt part of Nigeria right now, I don't know if you are a middle beltan or you like to be called a North Central. I mean, not Centrans. Is that his name? Anyway, so it has been discussed that they should put together a joint security. How did they pronounce it? Don't mind me, but you get what I mean, right? They are saying that Northern Nigeria, the 19th state, which includes the North Central people, right? That they should all come together and put a uniformed security architecture in place, as they are talking about state police now. Here you get. So they want to make it like, instead of everybody go do their own thing according to their own so they want to make you believe that you are all one Northern Nigeria now. So let committee be set up. So now put together the security system that they're going to use in combating terrorism in the north and provide local security. So the Middle Beltan leaders have rejected that. Because according to them, they said if the National Assembly of Nigeria should provide the legal backing for the state police, the creation of state police, that should be the first time that genuinely by law, the people can put together indigenous security team. In Enugu, when they have state police, every one of them in state police in Enugu will be Igbos. Every of them who is state police from Ogun State will be Yorubas. Those who are, like that. So indigenously, the middle belters can at this time decide the technique of how they want to protect themselves. Now, this conversation is ongoing right now, and I bet this won't be the first time you are seeing this map on your screen. When they tell you that Northern Nigeria is the biggest part of Nigeria, it is because for political conveniency, here you get, when it is politically convenient, right? They will tell you that, you see this white patch in the middle called middle belt. Do you see the stretch? They are the biggest part of Nigeria. You see this place, eh? That's the biggest part of Nigeria. But when you paint this entire, when you like lighten the color up, where you have the Sharia North that share borders with Chad, Niger, and all these places, okay, right? So the Middle Beltans have been so cheated for so long that when Bukwari came, it can't be like that Bukwari can't open everybody's eyes to remember that one Nigeria was a lie. So they've done so much to economically, right, control them, politically control them, and for so many other things that some of them have started paying attention to, that those who are backing the terrorists killing them at the height of the massacre that took place in Benue and Plateau, Taraba, and a few other places in that middle belt part of Nigeria, right? So they realized that most of the sheikhs, the sheikhs, the afars, the imams, all from this northern part of Nigeria, speaking in defense of the terrorists, calling them infidels. And they were supposed to be one northern Nigeria. Whether na middle belt or whether na not, you know, it was politically arranged to make them feel like they are part of northern Nigeria. They speak Hausa, they speak their languages too, but majority of them also speaks Hausa because they told them that one language. But when this killing started, they didn't get the support they were supposed to get. When they are fighting to push back the terrorists, they realize that they are sheikhs and all of them, they are pushing back by making it Islam versus Christianity versus Islam. So in that process, they're like, but we're supposed to be the same northern Nigeria. They are killing us. Look at all these killings. They are all documented. So we're supposed to think together and crush it. Why are these terrorists having backing? Why are you pressuring the government to negotiate with them? Why? Here you get. But it became obvious when they started killing their first-class obas. Adara of Adara Kingdom in Benue State was also, in Kaduna State was killed by El Rufai's government. There are many other traditional rulers who have become victims. And in most cases, right, they realize that the Sharia North continue to push and back the terrorists by picking the language of the victims. Here you get, oh, the Fulani terrorists are killing us. Then the Sharia North will say, oh, it's because of your hatred for Fulani. That's why you are saying, are you not also killing the Fulanis? Are you not stealing their cows? And you are like, hey, this is our land. How can you say we are stealing from you when you come to our land to encroach and attack us? How can you accuse us of that? We didn't come to you. So the Middle Beltans realized that they are like, I know they see some of these are their older, the older generation politicians from the Middle Belt who are feeding fat, using their own, regional card or tribal card or ethnic card that they are using as Middle Beltan leaders, is still being on the side of Nigeria. But there are so many younger generation of the Middle Beltans today who have realized that they have nothing in common with the Sharia North. The Sharia North, the Islamists, they want a Sharia. They want a place where you get. And the Middle Beltans are like, no, we don't want that. So this is going to be the clash of cultures. So how about if we want to plan for our safety, our security? Let Sharia not plan according to their own plan. Let the Middle Belt plan according to their own plan. I don't know if this is going to work at the end of the day. I've dropped on that. And that is why I decided to add it to this conversation this evening. So a quick one, right? If you have come this far, right, please, if you haven't liked the broadcast at this point or subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please go on now and do that. We can count that, right? So right now we are like nearly 1,800 on YouTube, over 200 earlier on Facebook. Would you mind if your likes actually reflects that, right? It takes just a minute. If you can do that, okay? And thank you. If you have, right? In the same northern Nigeria, just before we go on, right? The man who is now the arrowhead. I posted something on Mayegun's Diary Politico Facebook, I think yesterday. And this is also a public information, okay? So the first Grand Cadi of Northern Nigeria, the Sharia North, was Abubakar Gumi. Abubakar Gumi happened to be the father of the current Osama bin Gumi. Now, back then, whatever it is there's something to say about, like they said, the more things changes, the more they remain the same. Like, for those who lived in the 50s, in the 60s, and the 70s, I would say up to the 80s, they possibly have a good memory of who Osama bin Gumi's father was. They call him Ayatollah. Ayatollah of Nigeria. Oh, hang on. Is it Nigeria or Africa? Yeah. It's called Ayatollah, the exit of Ayatollah Gumi. There was a publication. But this is a man that was so revered by millions of these Islamists, what do you call it? Wahhabis, maybe Wahhabists, or whatever they call them. Right? So Gumi met Ahmadu Bello in Mecca as early as probably 1957, 58. So he became spiritual advisor to the premier of Northern Region. He wasn't just spiritual advisor, he became a political advisor too. And in return, Bello showered him with a lot of money, gifts, enough for him to build himself a madrasas and all of that. And he became very famous. So when Bello got killed, he built on that relationship is kind of like conceived with Bello. And for those of you who remember Bello very well, right? I won't talk about him right now. So Ayatollah Gumi amassed enough followers, and his teachings is that one day Nigeria will become an Islamic state, Islamic Republic of Nigeria. So when you look at Gumi today, and indeed, there were other terrorists, local terrorists at the time that have their own, that drawn, or should I say they drew their inspiration from Ayatollah Gumi. Now you have Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, the son, who is everywhere, untouchable, right? Controversial all through and through. Is controversial left, right, and center. Like his father. He was also in the military, by the way. Gumi was in the military, and he got honorably discharged. That's what his record said, right? His own son is now in the military, who is expected for maybe the coming generation, if this contraption still remains, right? The coming generation would have to deal with his own sons too. That would be unfair. Seriously, it would be unfair.
I'll bring it over. Hold on, come. This one. pastor oko ọlọ́pàá ó ń ṣọ́ pastor àwọn àmọ̀jọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa àṣẹ kò rí pé orí wa ti burú ìwọ má dídá ìpápá ẹ̀dá rin jẹ́ kí wọ́n báìbù tó ń jẹ òjò gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ joko tẹ̀rà gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù kí ni Jésù lò àfẹ́ rí ló lò ìwọ má dídá ayé bàjẹ́.
Ìwọ má dídá. And dira in this sense means that you open your two eyes clearly, your two ears sharply, and be very much self-aware of your own surrounding. Information is life, right? You may have all the security and everything, without good information, they are nothing in this day and time. Sure, you know. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life in prison, a joke taken too far, and he was sentenced to Sokoto, to the Caliphate. Somehow, it looked like a poetic justice because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing this particular persecution in Nigeria simply because he challenged or he dared to expose what should never have been a mainstream thing, the jihad that we are now facing across Nigeria today. So his expose, those who were after him were no other than the Caliphate, sending him to Sokoto because of his own utterances with no iota of evidence, witnesses that said, oh, Nnamdi Kanu did this to me, or Nnamdi Kanu ordered me to do this or that. A shamble. Well, just like a shining star, a northern star, or should we call this one the eastern sun? Yeah, the eastern sun, it will always rise. And sometimes, for those who have encountered Nnamdi Kanu in the course of these 10 years, over 10 years persecution of Nnamdi Kanu, those who have come across him have said he is such an extraordinary man that if you were in his presence, right, you would experience this level of, living, or level of being alive, like you are around somebody who is like a light, somebody that is in the room, and you can feel that level of, aura or something. Like you can tell that this person is different. They don't come out to say it. In prison, in different kind of dungeon, they've locked him, and those who have seen him, spent time with him, and left, they left with Baba, with a lifetime, so to say, memory that they've been sharing. For those of you who have been listening. So if their plan was to send Nnamdi Kanu to them in Sokoto so that the Caliphate could have a big laugh, well, it seems that they are not really laughing now, because indirectly, it has been reported that since the arrival of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that their Sokoto prison, even Sokoto State, including the town where he is currently being locked up, have received the surge in what they can tell that somebody is probably in this state or somewhere in this town, right? As they have been receiving odds and odds of visitors after visitors from their own, political stopover airports, that's now receiving more commercial flight that most of them are coming in that we may never really know them. They are coming to see Nnamdi Kanu. And that's one thing about prison, different from the DSS, dungeon, is that if they have to follow their own prison rules, okay, it simply means it will be receiving visitors. Now, it's not just receiving just personal visitors. He is also receiving your political visitors, including the government officials of Sokoto State. So one man that has received a serious backlash, one of them, those who have received serious backlashes for how they allowed Nigeria, okay, to persecute Nnamdi Kanu this far, that they did not do anything, is Otti of Abia. Alex Otti kept saying that they are working behind the scene. They are trying to get the political solutions. They are trying to get him off the hook, the blah, the blah, the blah. And for the first time in about 2-3 weeks, Alex Otti was spotted at their Sokoto prison today, briefly. Initially, people said, oh, where was he? Like, he wasn't physically seen, but his convoy was spotted. And not just his, even that of some government officials from Sokoto. Is brief, but trust, there will be more from where that came from. So let's record this as it was posted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother, who captured the moment briefly. And Alex has him kind of like repeated that, you know.
Yes. They don't try. Try. Yes. They don't try. Try.
Yeah. So it's been reported that they have been having more and more visitors in Sokoto State, especially the state capital, as well. You know, they are now getting people booking their hotels because Nnamdi Kanu is in the area. So we don't know what this may trigger, especially the positive side of him, because he is not being kept among other prisoners, because according to them, they do not want anything to happen to him. They do not want anybody to harm him. So he's going to have his own private place and the rest, while he will pursue his own appeal. That in itself is also considered as, you know, another means of persecuting him and ensuring that being able to file his own appeal will require, so far, it will require his personal presence, right? So the shuttling from Sokoto to Abuja, where his own case is, right, will be so really, really like difficult, time consuming, and money gulping as well. So sending him to Sokoto in the first place is because they don't really want him to find it easy in fighting back the illegal sentencing. But again, as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is alive, right, it will remain that what we call the dog. I'm sorry, the bone that is tied to the neck of the dog. No matter how fancy it is to them for their own supper or dinner, right, it will remain elusive to them. Sure, you get. So, like I said, it might have looked like poetic justice, but at the same time, it is also significant because, what the Fulani Caliphate, their sponsor, and the rest of those behind the scene pushing them, what they dread most is Nnamdi Kanu. I have no idea why, because Nnamdi Kanu did not say he is going to go and take over Caliphate of Sokoto, or the IPOB or the Biafrans are going to take over, the Kanemi of Borno or anything. So what made them so dreadful of him, like they dread him so much that they dropped him next to their door. So what do you think they would do to him? Maybe nothing, because they better not anyway. So somewhere, if I hang on, I'll take this one as my own short break. Okay, it was Omoyele Sowore who was addressing the members of his AAC at their supposed national convention, and he's been re-elected, by the way, as the national chairman of AAC Sowore. So it was sharing the experience of 2019 when Amechi and others attempted to hijack his party, Showore's party, right? Even though some of you will say like Sowore is Amechi's tool or something. That's why you should listen to this. I will be back in a minute. No, not a minute. After this.
KAC, at this point in time, I'll take the microphone back to the chairman of the party to officially dissolve the ESCO. And immediately that ESCO is dissolved, the CPC chairman takes over that seat and conducts the protocols for the convention, election convention of the party. The Commissioner.
Yes. We are very sad to leave. And this is the most painful part of today's event. As they say in Nigeria, to use your hand to dissolve yourself. But everything that has a beginning must have an end. And the tenure of the ESCO here, the National Working Committee of the AAC, that started in 2018, rejuvenated in 2022 because of the lawsuit, has come to an end. But let me explain one thing to you. All right. So, you know, that's why I always walk around with a lawyer. So, I want to say something quickly. That you must ask yourself, why did we stay this long in the ESCO of AAC? We started the ESCO in 2018 and had a convention around what time? October 6, 2018. We went for election February 2019. I returned to the US for the first time. I was on a plane where it was announced that the ESCO had been dissolved on TV, live. And before we could say Jack Robinson, a judge in Abuja also followed up by granting an injunction against us, illegal injunction. We tried everything we can. But we have good news. That judge, Justice Ekwo, is a judge that was suspended for a year for corruption by the NGC recently. Such a judge should never even have come back to work. But you know Nigeria, when they come back, they might even promote him to the Court of Appeal. So that was the battle we fought from that 2019. And when I was arrested in 2019, the secretary who hijacked the party went and had an illegal convention in Kogi. I was in detention. And they announced themselves, through people who are not members of the party, that they are taking over the party with the US. Let me shock you. When they will now get a secretariat in Abuja, they went and rented a secretariat inside the army barrack in Abuja, so that you cannot even enter your own party secretariat. But with the help of our amazing lawyer, we defeated them in the Court of Appeal, and hence took back the party since 20. He still went back to court. He wanted the Federal High Court to reverse the decision of the Court of Appeal, and the judge rejected it. He's still owing us. He's owing us about 700,000 naira. If you find him, they must collect the money from him. Yes. So that is what makes our tenure to start again in 2022. So technically, our tenure expired in this year, and we were informed by INEC, and we informed INEC that we will have a convention. We started with the state congresses, and now we are here with the convention, and this ESCO is going to come to an end. But it will not until one thing happens. Somebody must move a motion for the dissolution of the ESCO, and it must be seconded, and then we will announce with tears that we are leaving. Thank you very much. So please, if you want to move a motion for...
Call for motion.
You guys can't even wait.
A delegate must move the motion. It has to be a delegate. Please, when you are moving the motion, state your name, your state, and the office you hold. AAC! 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 My name is Robert Nnamdi. I'm the chairman of FCT, African Action Congress. I'm the Robert Agina. Chairman, African National Congress, FCT chapter. So I'm moving a motion for our for the dissolution of our National Working Committee. Even though they have done so marvelous for us, there is need for them to take a rest for other people to also emerge and let's. Thank you so much. Second that motion.
Second that, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tayo. I am the AAC Borno State chapter chairman. So I seconded the motion to dissolve the current NWC of African National Congress. This convention 2025. Thank you very much, comrades.
So that's Shore's party and their own convention, where Shore has been elected again as their national chairman, as well as other executives of their party. So we don't know if Shore is going to run again in 2027. He's obviously probably going to anyway. And yeah, you see how that goes. So yeah, for those of you who wants to participate in their election, in their politics, and you are looking for the people who have no direct connection to these money bags, right? Something different, right? You can give them a shot. So meanwhile, I'm going to stop I'm going to make a quick stop at Bright. Sorry, I like to call him Bright Till Bright anyway. Sure you get. So yeah, Officer Bright and his recent expose on the young people called the HK, also Kingdom, where young people have been recruited to work as internet fraudsters. And if they fail to attract any client that pays, yeah, they will be caned, like beaten, with all these marks on their, like, the bruises, right? I'll show you. Then we'll go back to politics after that again.
I am SPA Dafe Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We are here once again. I'm just laughing because this is actually funny. I know some of our audience will be wondering, this is where PRO they show us Cane. What are we doing with Cane? When you see Cane, you see phones like this one, and you see laptops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe we all know where we are going to. But the sad part of this whole story is, what are they doing with canes? Are we in the era of slave trade? I don't know what to call this. Early last week, or when did they report? On the 17th of this month, we got a complaint from this chap here that he's been locked up in a particular place where he will use his mouth to say what he went there to do. However, he said they usually flog him with some of this cane. And not just like they were flogging him, when you come close, you will see visible marks of cane. Don't look at me. Visible, just look at this. And this is another young chap. The same thing. They will tell us why and how they came about these marks on their body. It's so pathetic because one would wonder, why would they lock them up in a particular place? This is not the first time we are parading boys who were being held hostages and forced to do what they call HK. It's actually HK, and that is what they are doing. So many canes. They are here, they will tell us what they are doing with the canes. So, my guy, what's your name? Ocha? Okay, how old are you?
28.
28 years?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, briefly tell us why you ran to the police to report.
Because I was in the house for 2 months and a day. For they only feed us. We used to eat once in a day. Then after that once in a day, 93 days or 4 days, we no get access to our phone. So to go meet am say I wan go house, I no go fit because some of boys wey don go meet am say they wan go house, he go beat them. I no go say allow them go. So before I jump
So when you meet am say you wan go house, wetin you go talk?
no, I no meet am because I don see people wey don go meet am. You no allow them.
Okay, you wan comot na make you fit run go.
Yes, sir. So
how you take manage comot for the house wey you fit go tell police say wetin dey happen to you?
na from window I jump.
Oh, you jump from window?
Upstairs.
Okay, you said you jumped from the window. Now all these marks wey dey your body, how you take get am?
Na then they flog us because we never get mama wey dey pay us money. That is
Because
paying.
we never get who?
Mama wey dey pay us money. That is paying client.
Wetin be mama?
As a woman wey dey pay us money.
Okay, paying client.
Yes, sir.
So once you no fit pay.
We never get that woman wey dey pay us money. Dem go dey beat us.
Na the beating go bring the client come?
No, sir.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 22 years.
Tell us why they give you this mark for body.
Because I never catch client.
Because you never catch client. How long you don stay with them?
1 month, sir.
Okay, you still wan continue to stay with them or you wan run?
No, sir. Since I come after 1 day, I tell am say I want to go back, but he no gree.
Where you from come?
Benue State.
Benue State.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we've heard from them. I would be interviewing the chairman, one of the chairmen. So he will tell us why we are here. He knows the reason why we're here. My brother, do you know these guys?
Yes, sir.
Who are they to you?
They're working with me.
What kind of work?
HK.
HK, what is HK?
They work internet.
Work internet? What is explain? I don't understand.
HK is where we work internet work like Yahoo.
Yeah, like Yahoo. And be specific now. Make our audience understand. So what brought about these marks on their body?
That is because they are using my laptop to watch porn. And
okay, that's why you deflog them.
Yes, my sub yes too.
Okay, but they actually came to your house to learn HK. Yes. So because they use your laptop, they watch porn, I make you deflog them like this.
It's only once. I only flog them once.
Now only once now be this mark going full body like this.
Yes,
okay, you get this mark for your body too. Huh? The time when you learn your own HK, and so they flog you.
They flog me too, sir.
Okay, so now the process with that. Okay, he's just telling us this one now. Well, my concern is this. This chap is 22 years old. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other victims. I will call them victims. How old are you? One is 19. You? 23, 22, 19, 25. How long have you been with them? What are they learn for your hand? Well, your own voice is not getting to the mic. However, this is not the way of life. It's short-lived and it's a crime in Nigeria. I want us to know that the business of internet fraud is a crime in Nigeria, and that is why whoever we get will be duly prosecuted and charged to court. This is just an additional offense. Can you imagine what a human being will do to a fellow human being? Marks and bruises all over their body. This happened in Jakpa Road in Warri. This is Delta State Police Command. Thank you.
Tiagasa, they Tiagasa, he fell, he fainted, he passed out. He passed out. 70 years old man. But when their people came, Tiagasa.
So they are called Ozu Kingdom, okay? HK, pretty much like housing some young people, and then I put them on the laptop to start looking for clients. So their purpose of staying in the house or living in the house for free is to get as many people to give them money fraudulently, of course, obtaining by pretense, by false pretense. So that's what they do. So in Nigeria, it is called Osu Kingdom. If you want to go on Osu, so you can join and go to jail as well. So it's part of the rot that Nigeria is dealing with, among others. Okay. So in all of this, right? Yesterday, the Arewa Consultative Forum leader, Dahiru or something, right, said the easy way out of all this trouble, the insecurity and all of that, is for the federal government of Nigeria to give amnesty to the terrorists by ensuring that they treat them the same way they have treated the Niger Delta militants. build schools for them, send them to school, give them money, and this terrorism would stop. However, another person has shown up. Yeah, another Baba Ahmed. You know Dati. Yeah, there's another one, Baba Ahmed. His own senior brother, Akim. He was with the show earlier this evening, where he said he actually wishes that if Tinubu doesn't run in 2027, so that he should look for somebody young, a younger person in his party. Oh dear. Look for a younger person in his party and sponsor the person in 2027 that Tinubu is quite weak. And they seem to have been overwhelmed because of his age. A few other things he said. Doesn't really matter. It's political comment.
I wish President Tinubu will not run again in 2027.
Why?
I think that first he said his ambition was to be president. He had been president. So he has satisfied that ambition. He said Emilocom. I think that's
my turn.
Yes, it's his turn. And he has had his turn. He's been president for 4 years. If inshallah he gets to 2027. But I don't think he's run this country well. The Tinubu we used to know, the Tinubu who had all this hunger, who had all this fantastic intelligence for scheming, for just hasn't shown that Tinubu. There isn't that fire. There isn't that sense of I must fix this. He's run an economy, not a country. He's running figures. Every day you hear we are saving more money, we are doing this. And today I saw a statement, one of the strongest statements released from Vice President Atiku Abubakar's office, making some really profound allegations against the manner in which funds meant for security of pipelines are missing. You should read that. It really is mind-boggling. Yeah. And I hope the president's people would see that, sit down, read it, and respond to that. Because Nigerians will read that.
If you say that the president should not run in 2027, who should he yield the floor to?
He should find someone within his party, a younger person, a healthier person, within his party, a younger person, a healthier person, a more focused person, and make him his candidate. He can. If he can run this government, get all these people out of the PDP to come and join him, he's amassed every power that he needs. But he's not running the country.
Politically speaking, is that plausible? Would you do the same if you were in his shoes?
Yes. If I don't have the physical capacity, the mental capacity, or
does it look like he doesn't?
Well, look, the last 2 months, or at least let's go back to since this Trump thing, I didn't see a president who should respond to an emergency or a challenge in this manner, with this manner and the spirit that he should. I didn't see it. And it's not just on this issue. The truth is that Nigeria has deteriorated so badly that we cannot continue to run things as if they're normal.
Give me a moment, sir. We need to take another break. And when we return, I'll get...
I think na statistic we go chop. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it.
We are a poor nation. The bank coal will follow. They say firewood not smoke. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, try shining, and tell the West, if you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. Do it.
To recruit from the youths who are unemployed, 33% unemployed,
recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor.
That transmission line.
Of our greedy leaders. Oh, thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that we have peace in our nation. We'll join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agents
like that. Anyway, Kolu is not going to leave power. Not in a million dreams. It's not going to happen. In fact, for his praise singers and those who believe that it is their turn to milk this Nigeria, if they have their way, Kolu will probably want to be your Paul Biya, even though it's not going to happen, but that way, anyway. So what happened in Lagos is what is about to be established in Nigeria. Those who have been coming and going and all that in the past, they came and they took what they wanted to take and they left. But Tifnumbu is not living. There's a chance that even when he is dead, he will still be having control over you in that contraption. And this is not an exaggeration. Just take a look at the legislations they are making. If you're not paying attention, that's all right. One day you're going to wake up and say, how did that happen? How is that even possible? How did they let that happen? You have no idea. Somebody said he will leave. No, he will leave physically. He will leave physically, but he's never going to leave. Let me give you examples. When Tifnumbu became governor of Lagos State, that famous Bodilon house that you see at that Bodilon house of Tifnumbu, that famous one, used to be the guest house of Lagos State government. You get that now, guest house. So what did Tifnumbu do? Tifnumbu used Lagos State government, right? Awarded the contract to renovate the building and everything to his own taste. And when he was leaving, he included it in his own severance package. I don't know if some of you probably realizes that Bodilon didn't become official house of Tifnumbu until after 2007. Did you know that? Well, now you do. So it was Fashola who then signed the pension law of Tifnumbu that gave him Bodilon, as well as another house in Abuja, and the cars that must be given to him, two cars in Abuja, in Lagos. Cook, driver, this, that, all paid for the rest of his life. So Lagos State are still paying that, right? And they will continue to. So in Lagos, the real thing there is that the tax, the revenue. So he ensured that he buried himself inside the till. Right, that he's got to take his own cut without him being there physically. He's got to have his own cut. And there you have, like, supposedly professional accountants, auditors, and this and that. Pull all of them together, and they call them remitter. Is that called remitter? No. How did that disappear in my head? So popular. I'm going to remember. Don't worry. Anyway, so he embedded it inside that until maybe another government comes and amend the law and remove alpha beta. I remember now, alpha beta, remove them from it. And this is new tax law that will kick off from January 2026. We raised the alarm that time that you have the FIRS, Federal Inland Revenue Service. This is the agency of government that is responsible, is a part of the Ministry of Finance. So their job is to put a mechanism in place to collect taxes, generate taxes, and remit the money to the federation account. So in that ministry, this is how Nigeria is always funny to me. And it's all intentional, the bureaucracy. You have the ministry where they hired, supposedly, the best hands when it comes to taxation, tax policies, and the rest of that, implementation and all that. That's their job. They all have their offices, senior director, director this, director that, and all that, with people working for them. But guess what? They almost do nothing, because you know what they do? They will then bring in consultants. The consultant will then build solutions in their own name, and they will sign a partnership with the people employed to do the job, but they are not doing it. So other people will then bring in this, and they will now bring them in, cut them off from your money, from your taxes, right? They will say, okay, this is Mayegun remitter, Mayegun remitting something, or Maret. So Maret Mio, I will then do the job of the ministry for them by developing maybe some solution and order to get this money for you. So when I bring all this, I know. So when they bring all this money together, so me, Mayegun, will now take maybe 5% of the money. And do you know what 5% of revenue, for example, let's say 1 trillion naira. Do you know what is 5% of 1 trillion naira? If 10% of 1 trillion naira is 100 billion naira. So that means 5% will be like 50 billion naira. So imagine me using the same template that was supposed to have been developed by the ministry to get money, all because they want me to get a cut. Now, they said, no, that's not going to happen in the new Alayo. Now they have employed their own tax collectors. They've recruited them inside that their FI. They've changed the name of FIRS to something. I think it is now IRS or something. I don't know. Anyway, so they've changed the name. They've brought new guys who are going to be doing the job of the same tax collectors, and they'll be collecting their cuts just like Alpha Beta does in Lagos. And what they are saying is that it is not Ifnumbu that is bringing the idea. That is what the ministry has been doing. It's only that they just bring other people on board because there is more money to collect now. So the point there, Shai, is that they are using consultants, okay? They have a name for it. I can't remember the name right away. So that is how Ifnumbu will now bury himself. He's buried himself in your tax collection in the country now. So whether he is there or he's not there anymore, here you are all going to be paying him. Not just that, okay? There's this OPL 145. I am not being specific, okay, because I'm not sure, because these numbers can be very different, okay? But it is the biggest, not the biggest, the largest deposit, offshore crude oil deposits of Nigeria. It is not on land, it's on water. There have been, this Dan Etiebet or something, and others, right? They've been fighting over this OPL for years because some people got awarded it and it was fraudulently done. It was like a gift. So Nigeria then fought to get it back. So because of that, they couldn't, the partners who got the deals of this to explore this oil field, right? This offshore oil field, to explore it, right? They couldn't do it because of this litigation for years. So they were running at losses. Nigeria won't let them do it. Now, Nigeria has withdrawn from the case. It has ended. Within 1 year of Tifnumbu, they have rearranged and repackaged the entire deal. And today, that largest oil field right now is in the family of Tifnumbu through Oando. Go and Google it. I just gave you some keywords to look for. So when he is finally gone, you will still be paying him. That's the difference between Tifnumbu and those who have come before him, just so you know. So whether you go to 2047 or be 2060. You remember now that Malibu case, done a tebet, I've been a tete. She not done a tete. I've been done a tete. No, it's been a long time until they brought it back again. I'm talking about a case that's been in court for like about 16 years, right? And it's because, no, they shortchanged Nigeria today. So it's now being awarded like really awarded. It is now in the family of Tifnumbu, in case if you don't know. That one is also by the way. But we'll leave that. As they are telling you that there are others who are coming to steal your resources or not steal your resources and all that. In Burkina Faso, this video has been on the internet for about 2-3 days now. So I just thought, I could share it with you. Since, hang on, before the emergence of Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso, the man that France, US, and Nigeria were working together to get rid of them from the Sahel. You know the story. And the reason why they became very much accepted, I believe, by the people at the time was simply because when you read about Burkina Faso, when you read about Chad, when you read about Niger Republic, the one next to us, and Mali as well, you realize that these are mineral-rich African countries, West African countries that, but somehow they've been ravaged by poverty, terrorism, corruption, and all that. And then you get to see the hand of the people we call the imperialists, our former colonizers. And then you realize again that these countries are just existing on paper. They are not actual real country. They are extension of France. So imagine you are in a country where your country's foreign reserve, your foreign reserve is the money you put away to give the investors confidence that your country will be able to undo any form of partnership you go into with them, right? But then you realize that your country's external reserve is is domiciled in your colonial country. You get what I mean? Your colonialist country, France. And this money is not even your money, right? This money is, for over the years, this money is believed to be the money they saved. Yeah, Irook, God bless all of you. Anyway, bless you. So I was just reading the comment again, okay, talking about Malibu and Tifnumbu's deal, right? So then you discover that these countries, they have been independent, but they have not. That if they dare to say they want to draw from their own foreign reserve money to probably invest in, infrastructure, schools, healthcare, and what have you, then France would have to loan it to them, that they will even charge them interest. And then you go as far as discovering that these their resources, uranium and others like gold and what have you, have been exploited for over 6 decades, supposedly after independence. So what is independent about a country that continues to be well-run country, poor, wretched, but they continue to tell us that they are supposed to be the richest country in the world? So they discovered that it's the leadership. The problem was leadership. So they discovered that those who were supposed to represent them as their leaders more or less have signed up with the devil. And the devil in this instance is the imperialists who continue to exploit the country. Guess what? For 60 years, French companies, different kind of them, they were domiciled in these West African countries, extracting resources so much that even the citizens have no clue. Because they are told that they are so poor that they could only live on aid. But a young man, among others, Ibrahim Traore, who happened to be one of the presidential supposed guards or a member of the elite military team, a very young man. He was, I think at the time, he was 34 or thereabouts in 2022 when he struck. So, yeah, grabbed his country, chased the imperialists away, started rebuilding their country, this time around receiving value for their own resources, enough that They have so much to brag. A gold producing country, but has no gold reserve. Rather, all their gold are stored in all these countries, and they have no right to even access them. So when Traoré took over in Burkina Faso, right, the France sanctioned the country, meaning all of their supposed foreign reserve in France, in French bank, have been confiscated. All of their gold reserves or their gold deposit in France, they've all been confiscated. So they were like, they had nothing, like from zero, right? And today they are not there, but they can show guests, visitors, the real resources that they've only been reading about, but have never really touched and valued it and stuck it and call it their own. This is our own. And that's what I saw in that video. I'm sorry I spoke so long. That's how much I read into the video. And I'm going to show you now. Hey, that's the second one.
Son Excellence, Monsieur le Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement.
Capitaine Zongo, voilà, ça n'a pas l'air voilà,
Voilà, le président qui remet au directeur général qui, à son tour, remet à son Excellence.
Excusez pour la photo. Pour la photo. Sanamala, Burkina Sanamala, Burkina Sanamala. Capitaine Zongo, Basit Zongo, là, donc les mots d'or. Premier ministre, mine et carrière.
Et ça s'applaudit comme la
Sanam de Burkina. Ouais, bébé, non. D'ailleurs, il n'a pas de mal, t'as ton nom.
Notre charbon sera traité efficacement avec.
Il y a un logo, mais Capitaine Ibrahim Tawarandira.
Faso. Et pour la photo de famille, je vais inviter son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de l'Assemblée législative. Monsieur le Président de l'Assemblée. Mesdames et Messieurs, les membres du gouvernement sont...
Capitaine Basil Zongle, Monsieur le
directeur des cabinets
voilà, ministre de mine, mais là, voilà.
les conseillers spéciaux de son Excellence.
Voilà. Voilà, il y a autre. Voilà. Il y a bien, c'est si c'est diable. Ouais, ton papa m'a seulement dit, ne canne. When le capitaine Ibrahim Traoré Sababa, ton papa m'a seulement dit, ne Burkina Faso. Sanam l'autre. Bon, ça y est, ouais. Yam Sampam Nabi, ya Sanama da auto. Sanama da auto. Yakin Jahia. Yakin de Mita Burkina Faso, ya Burkina Faso. Jahia. Sanam. Tuna ya Namtila Waya Burkimbilia. Ipane. Voilà, capitaine Meda, voilà, ministre de la Santé, ministre de la Santé. Voilà,
from what I heard, right, those were, visitors from Ghana. And, the shared border, lately, or should I say, in the last few years, Ghana has been very much supportive of the revolutionists in Burkina Faso. Traoré has succeeded after taking over most of the mines, nationalizing them and sending away those uncooperative French companies. Those who decided to renegotiate their deals ahead, they were left alone. This time, value for their resources is currently being met. That if you have been following them very well, barring any language barriers, right? You can easily tell it is like Burkina Faso gained independence in 2023. Okay, not back then in the 60s. So they've just started building schools, building homes, building roads, and they are doing so in such an extraordinary way, right? That it calls for like a national, it's like a national sort of like movement of soul, where everybody believed that they need to build their country. And from the resources they are getting from the money they are getting from their resources, they are doing a lot, for real. And I heard that they are trying to convert him to a civilian to run for this or that and possibly to open more doors for them. So Ghana helped Burkina Faso to clear
many tons of military hardwares that, they've ordered in their own fight against the terrorists in their country. Just the same way, similarly, the terrorists are also fighting to control regions with resources so they could continue to fund their own jihad in that part. And they are actually really, really formidable. But with Traore, with Ghana's support so far, and most importantly, backing of Russia, don't count out, right? So Burkina Faso seems to really have a future. As much as a lot of people now know that if you don't stock your money in gold value, every country that manages to have enough, enough storage of their own gold will likely be the country of the future when paper money and what have you will almost like become worthless. So it was like a nick of time, an opportunity for them in Burkina Faso, for example. It's actually a very good example though, right? Because they are among those who made their country so open for everybody who just want to come and find out, right? It's not like the usual dictators, military juntas, right? That will make sure that they close their country to the rest of the world. You watching me right now, you can actually buy a ticket and go to Burkina Faso. If you can afford the ticket, you can buy a ticket to Burkina Faso right now. You do not need any visa as an African to start with. Yeah, go make inquiry. You'll be welcomed in. They are so interested in you coming in than what the media is telling you or whatever it is they are posturing out there. And seriously, when you get into the country, you can see the enthusiasm in them. It was like this is the first time they're having this national sort of like cohesion driven by a young man that honestly, I've seen so much that I actually feel so proud of him enough that I don't know if I should question my own existence. Man, the old men, they were ruining their country, collecting their bribes from France, getting their own mansions, allocated to them by France, in France, so that they could allow, to allow the continuation of exploration or exploitation of their people, rather, exploiting their people. So now they have something, right? So back to Nigeria. Oh, hang on, my time is up. Do you think we should maybe take one or two calls? Would you be up for that? Or should we just call it a night? I know I can decide that though, but we have the number. Let me check my phone. I'll take a short break, okay? And then maybe take a call. And also, by the way, if you are on YouTube, you will see that my pinned tweet, I'm sorry, I said tweet, pinned link. If you are interested in supporting Mayegun on this, for what I do, you can use that. You can also use what we call the buy me a coffee. That is also where you can buy a $5 coffee. You can indeed help, support Mayegun, and that goes a long way. So we should take calls, shouldn't we? I'm going to come back in a minute or two. All right. So no, hang on. Let me show you my. You know what you're going to do if you want to buy me coffee? Sorry, one sec. This is what you're going to do. If you bring out your phone, one sec, you're going to see this barcode on the screen. So if you bring out your phone, you can scan it, and then the link is going to show up on your phone. Tap it. Then it's going to open up a new browser, and then you can buy me coffee. Or you can actually use where is that? You can use the link for my, what's that called? PayPal. It's also pinned in the comments, wherever you do, right? I am going to be back in 2 minutes. And don't go anywhere. Let's take calls this evening. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I'll be back in a minute. Hello there.
Hello, Michael. How are you doing today?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear.
Beautiful. So good evening to you or good afternoon to you from where you're calling from. So everybody can hear you too, please.
Oh, yes. This is Jefferson from Houston. How are you doing?
Oh, Jefferson. Man, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Fine. It's been a while we were able to do calls, and for the past couple of weeks, so
down and all that, and somehow I'm like, then I mostly like overstretched the time as well. So since people didn't stop me, I just felt like, okay, we could take some break. But it's good to be back and good to hear from you.
Oh, it's good to be back and it's good to be here now.
Fantastic.
All right. So, so many things happened over the period. Of course, we don't need the society to tell us bandits are doing what they know best. Of course, the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, and then, of course, the American invasion. Of course, I would like to go back to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. I would like to discuss that one because, it's very, very pivotal. I was also very, very happy that the way the whole thing was done in a more transparent mode, at least giving people timelines with diaries of how things happened. Irrespective of what the court have done, it's become apparent that they didn't handle the case well, and they have succeeded in turning the Sokoto Medium Prison into a pilgrimage center. because as it is
to see Mazi. Initially, they told us
that
exactly was to make it impossible for him to receive visitors because once you realize what the risk is involved going there. But now, those who want to see Nnamdi Kanu are willing to fly down to Sokoto every appointed time.
Exactly. And of recent, I don't know if you are aware, even the Abia State governor and what they call it, the Sokoto State government with the governor, of course, they went to go and visit him.
Yeah.
What a privilege! It's a serious pilgrimage situation here, But I thought he was a high-profile criminal, serving life and everything. But yes,
this was politically motivated, so it's absolute bollock,
Exactly, and it's unfortunate. You still see some Nigerians who, unfortunately, some who are obviously evil, trying to justify that he caused mayhem in the southeast. They want after that they think they're more Nigerians than other Nigerians, and they fail to understand that look, there's a fundamental problem here. The center is not holding. There's no justice. So why are they trying to speak from two sides of their mouth, or are they trying to do it to seek relevance from the establishment? Because at the end of the day, the reality is not there. There are people that don't seem to understand that there is a problem, that people need to sit down and come together and say, no, enough of this. Do not let us stand for what.
Thanks a lot, Baba. We'll do it chap this evening, okay? It's really great to hear from you, man.
Oh, okay, I understand. I know because of time, but no problem, sir. All right, thank you.
You man. So I have another caller. So we can do it sharp as well, like Jeff just did, by going straight to the main point who wants to speak on, right? We'll probably have a lot of callers this evening then, right?
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
From Wales.
Hey, Mr. Wale from Wales. That's a whale from Wales.
Yeah.
How are you this evening?
Yeah. Thank God. It's been a long time. Just I should call in to say hello.
Thank you.
And at the same time, I would like to reflect on this shameful what's that guy's name? The press guy for Tinubu. Ononuga.
I like to call him Ononuga. Man, actually, whose belly controls what he says. No sense.
I was ashamed of Agbalagba
like that
when he was speaking. I was ashamed for Ojugba meeting when he was talking. They asked him a simple question: how did you rescue this kid? He went off. And did you guys know that? Yeah, through a reliable source. He negotiated the release of those kids.
Really?
Yes, I have a friend very close to them and close to these people.
To try to save the government from embarrassment, but there's too many to cover.
She did the negotiation, or he went for the negotiation from a very close, reliable source.
For the Kelvigers, be for the Eruku worshippers.
For the Kwara people.
The Kwara one, okay.
Yeah, the Kwara ones, yeah.
They said they rescued 88 people, but there was no arrest, no nothing.
They paid for it. They paid for it.
Oh, yes.
So that means no other people's lives are not safe in the country because they're only doing this to save a face. Then other people they will kidnap again. If you're lucky,
if you give them 100 million naira, for example, what do you think they will use the money for? Is that not It's a common sense thing to know. Usually, you see, when you give terrorists money like that, you trace the money, you follow the money. That can lead you to their sponsor and how they acquire their ammunition, but not in Nigeria. They pay them.
They are not following any money. They go and borrow. They will go and borrow. We still have the country to go borrow.
It's a shame.
And I'm ashamed again of all these others. When I heard Oni talking about they've come together to make it, I thought it was going to come out with a very good talk. At the end of the talk, he all said all we need to do is to try to support Chief Tunumbu.
How? What do we need to do? What other support do you think? People are willing to welcome the
regime support. That is what they are all talking about. Regime protection.
All right. Well,
anyway, I just think I should call to say hello and to say hello to everybody.
Thank you very much.
God be our strength. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. Okay. I have another person on the line, and I believe this is from Nigeria. Is it?
Very good,
Baba.
How you doing? A long time. We don't wait tire.
Baba, honestly speaking, I missed all of you too. Most of the time, it's something I didn't want to get used to. You get what I mean? Like, just come here, talk, and leave. We have really passed that level for a very long time. You know, we converse. So I'm so sorry. So I'll keep managing until it's back to where it is. Okay.
If not that, we have a lot of things to chip in.
A lot.
In fact, it's like you just even forget time. Even with the ones that are watching, we just forget time. Bible says 12. It's 12. Okay. Anyway, how are you?
The time difference as well is not happening as well. But you know something, all of you still find your way around to be back here and still pretty much, keep supporting. So I will keeping better, okay? So it's good to hear from you again.
How's your family? How are your children?
We thank God.
Everybody. This is Big Mo, by the way.
Bless you. Big Mo.
Yeah.
I know. So thank you so much. Everybody is fine. And I bet yours are great too.
Yeah. We're fantastic.
Bless you.
I wanted to let me piggyback what that guy just said now. I wasn't going to say that, but just hypothesis now. Whoever did the negotiation in Nigeria, knowing Nigeria, what do you think? They get a negotiation fee or not?
They do.
Maybe they go dwell on down.
God bless you.
This there's something you'll be saying that I want us to stop saying on this channel.
Please.
You've been calling Gumi terrorist sympathizer. Terrorist sympathizer. He no be sympathizer and a terrorist. He's no, you don't get it. He's a terrorist. He's not a sympathizer. That's you sympathize, okay. You see, okay, maybe your heart they feel say, these people too are. No, this one is calling for open. He's a terrorist. I don't know how you can call him sympathizer. I don't know why he's still walking around, but we heard that he's talking to inside. Because I don't know if you noticed, they ran to Turkey for a period and came back.
Yes.
So he's talking to inside. I don't know what they're trying to achieve, but he's talking to inside. So that's why he can't carry shoulder, come back. That's for Gumi. He's a terrorist. Most of the he's not sympathizing. He's a terrorist.
I mean, I
don't know why.
I usually wonder about is that if you and I, for example, should be seen with people holding guns, and we are there to say we are just trying to wrap them up and see if they will embrace peace, they won't give me and you the same treatment. We will be arrested right there and then.
This pump action that you have license to carry.
Yes.
If for some reason, let's say you're stopped at the checkpoint in any city, let's say Lagos or Abuja, and something happened, maybe police say open your boot and they saw pump action.
Right.
You have your license there, but I can bet you, especially if you are just a normal civilian, you will sleep in one of their posts, or if you want to go home, they will extract a lot of money. See your license. So that's another thing I want to tell Nigeria. I don't know why when they bother on ourselves, we wait for government to tell you, say, oh, they can. As you used to say, AK-47 don't even cost now. Don't waste your time thinking that these guys are going to give you something. They are not. All these legislators, you know, see those ones, they go do dinner with their mama. They're not going to sign anything.
Did you see that?
Yes. They go do dinner with their mama. You know, siren everywhere. That's the whole, this thing was basically on shutdown. You know, you even think something is happening. So let's stop pretending as if this guy, this will now take me to what I was trying to say about Nnamdi Kanu. This is the same thing Nnamdi Kanu did. Nnamdi Kanu is not stupid. He didn't sack his lawyers because he's a lawyer or he knows the law. When George, they claim, say, George will reach a level where he will make a judgment on your case, but then he skipped steps in the judiciary. I don't understand how that is law. So himself, he said, yes, like now, he was he not discharged the first time? Did they release him?
They didn't.
Didn't they? They could have released him and let him go home, then go and make another arrest and come back.
Big Mo.
All right.
Anybody where they give that kind of judgment, you will walk out of the courtroom to your house.
Good. In fact, they go escort you to your house.
They arrest you on the different charges.
Yes.
Or you will still walk to your house, but they never let him go.
Exactly. They go.
And today people believe that sentencing him now is actually justified.
In fact, the sad part of this is that he has concluded, I believe, for being this thing for a long time. So you know what? Let's play games. If not, of course, look at these lawyers now. Why you go sack all these lawyers? He doesn't know what he's doing. So when they have been, why you not sack them since? But when George is telling you that, oh, I'm supposed to give you their sentence, but because of God, since when is God in the court? Because of God, he will reduce it. Is that law?
Like
somebody is telling you, oh,
inside the case. At a point,
I mean,
he was actually reading what he considered as part of his own ruling, which actually puts him in the spot.
Exactly. So this is a sham.
Big Mo, he got to a point, right? He was reading. I think where he said, when Nnamdi Kanu said, I will lead from the front. When this world happens, I will lead. He was reading that, he was like, it was like a scum smile, like kind of like a scoff.
You said it that time now, they gave him that. I mean, how can operatives come to court?
Reading his
what you said he's a terrorist. Okay. What did you see? We saw pants, speaker. Even terrorists will carry ransom for Tukurmamu. Didn't you see the case? They told Tukurmamu to use some of the ransom to buy a speaker and come. So they already did the terrorism and collected the money. So to enhance our job, just bring speaker, bring address system for us. We need website. But you are telling us in court, say, you saw speaker, you saw microphone, you saw underwear. Okay, what is this Gumi that you are talking about here? He cannot enter Saudi Arabia since 2000 and God knows how long. If you remember Abdul Muttalib, that wanted to bomb plane in America. I don't even know how Gumi survived that thing because he was already on death row in Saudi Arabia. How he came out is a mystery. But he's already on death row. So, I mean, for then, you go leave Saudi Arabia, and I'm a Muslim, by the way, so be careful not to say I'm a Muslim. You go leave Saudi Arabia, you know, to enter Saudi Arabia, you come to Nigeria, come to tell us, say you are holier than thou. You're a terrorist. There is no longer show this to you. So Nnamdi Kanu said, I I started listening to him earlier.
See how they twisted this jihad, in such a way that even an ordinary Muslim, who is probably has been, confused or manipulated on his own or by his own choosing, are now misinterpreting that people who are killing harmless people, women, children, how is that allowed in the...
That's why God will bless you for that, doctor. I think Dr. Ladoja is his name.
Those who are
I think you put Dr. Ladoja.
You got me. Go on.
Yeah. Dr. Ladoja, you put on your program, I think yesterday. God will bless you for putting that kind of view. Because, when people are claiming that they are doing God's work, and then everything you are doing is against what God said, that's one problem with Islam, by the way. It's not a problem, but it's in all religions. When you take a verse of the Quran, you remember when he was saying that anybody that kills an innocent person should be killed. Anybody that collects ransom, his house should be cut. That same verse now, Gumi Fikari and tell you, say, in this place, they were not talking about non-believers. They were talking about Muslims. So non-believers, you can kill them at will. And people will carry and go. Do you understand? That's exactly when you used to talk about Kafirun.
See here, Big Mo, are they not guilty? If we have all agreed that they've killed more Muslims, does that not make them guilty?
That's what I'm saying. What difference does it make? Because even then, where did they say Christian genocide? They have killed more Muslims than they. Okay, fine. Me, what is even shocking me is the stupid government officials that are coming out to say, how can you be in government? You are a minister of this government. You go to tell us, say, no, it's a lie. They have killed more Muslims. The Muslims, are they chicken Muslims?
Humans?
I don't know.
Who killed them?
Finally, my time. I want to say, police school, Nigerian Air Force. Same you, bro. Nigerian Air Force, they do them. One thing say there's something special. This same strike like this, you will see the videos. I don't want to post it. You will see the videos there. I don't want to talk about what is going on inside. Maybe they not say national security. But you will see the videos. You will see the videos. They will go, they will do reconnaissance, they will do surveillance, they will strike. Somehow, sometimes, the bomb not go just kill anybody. You can't wonder, say, I don't know, say these people still they shift to. They used to disappear and appear. So all these things that I'm hearing people say, talk about all these things, it's just the country is a sham, totally. It's a sham from head to toe. If you want to defend yourself, you better defend yourself. If you want to look for way out your daily bread, whatever, don't do these idiots. They're not going to do. They're eating food with their mother.
People should be self-aware. If you are the people who live in big compounds, right? If you have to install CCTV just for your own kind of being sure, things that you can't see with your own physical eyes, the camera could pick them. Just put some measures.
And there's nothing new. There's nothing new.
Nothing.
Metasine, when he started this rubbish, where you go, Sambisa. The likes of even some of them that have turned out to be bastards now. The likes of there's my fantastic General Alabi Isama, if you have heard of him. The likes of this Gusau that they're talking about. The likes of General Akilu. The likes of IBB. Now then, Metasine ran away. They pursued him on the road and killed him. Some of his cronies, including Mohammed Yusuf's father, they enter Senegal and all this. They pursue them inside. They don't think of say, oh, we will contact the government, so that no, they don't care. They pursue and they kill all of them. Fast forward, Mohammed Yusuf came. They did the same thing. Now it's the same thing. Now the same Sambisa that they always go back to. Now the same ideology of jihadists and all this story. So we're just going in circles. That's why we're all insane. You know, they say
the more they remain the same.
Doing the same thing and expecting a different result is equals to insane. That's why we're all insane. So you say 85, I've been 95% of us.
No,
that's why we're all insane.
Nearly 80.
Okay. That's why we're all insane, because we're doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. And they expect one special result. I mean, come on.
I know. Big Mo.
Anyway, but I beg, they take call from time to time, I beg.
I will.
I know this thing used to treat you, the talking about it.
You know, sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You open the line and then I'll give 2 minutes break. So when I come back and there is no call, Then I'm surprised there is no call. And guess what? I will later realize that the phone was off. I will, oh, damn it.
Exactly. I remember the last time you did that and you said there was no call. I was like,
I know,
no, now.
It's just my mind. It's my mind. I'm working on it. Anyway, thank you, Big Mo. Okay.
No, Baba.
We'll keep keeping it.
My regards to everybody. Still
Bless you.
Yeah, you too.
Now I've got Angelic on the line, I believe. Hello.
Hello, my.
Hello, ma. How are you?
I'm fine, no. Otojo metal.
Yeah, good evening, ma.
Happy Sunday. Good evening. How is family?
Well, we thank God. And
we bless God.
Bless you,
my ego. People say they explain Nigeria to you and you understand. You self know well.
It is. I mean, like,
if you understand Nigeria,
I do. Like they can't explain Nigeria to you, and you won't get so actually angry. If they did and you didn't, Baba, they lie to you.
No. I know. So okay, I have so many questions to ask because sometimes when you just put on the TV like this, you'll be hearing different things. I had to say the announcement of Trump that triggers for people now that they are coming out and started carrying this questions. They forget that people already surrounded everywhere. That's just striking me. They want them to know how close they are to everybody.
They are very close.
So and again, they are letting people to understand that if you think somebody is coming to save you, we are here. Even when that person come, whatever he wants to do, let him come and do. We are still, striking. And we will continue to kill.
It's like they are not even worried. It's like the moment they said somebody is coming, they just felt like, you know what, let's activate all the cells now. Let them start from here simultaneously. Because they're everywhere.
Do they look like, with the way things are happening, do they look like people that are worried or they even care?
They don't. No, they don't.
And again, number two, you see the sponsors. Do they look like, now, let's leave sponsors now. Look at Nigerian government as a whole. Do Nigerian government look like people that are ready, right, to even help, not take care of, help the situation? Well, do they look like with what they've been doing and what they've been saying around?
Action speaks louder
than
words. So they have said a lot, but we have seen less actions, ma'am.
Since this man made this announcement, first of all, they started their propaganda going online, saying it's a lie. They even bring a can president to lie. May God punish that man. Because you call yourself a Christian and you lie. So it means that Reverend Dacho or Ezekiel, that man is lying, Abi. Are we not seeing everything? Are we not seeing the way this man is burying people? A whole Christian, you came out and said there is no Christian genocide.
And I'm like, really?
This is a Christian. What did they give you? Oh, you think because you have come out to say they are not killing, they will not kill you. They will not kill you. Oh, he's lying because they will still get to his domot. Every Christian that has found up.
Ma'am, see, last week, we were talking about the church CAC Eruku. Remember, 38 people. They killed 3 people here.
Yes.
A day after that, they went to Niger State. They took over 315 children who are still missing, right?
Children.
They killed their teacher.
We've not seen them.
Now, they've gone to Ejiba in Yagba West, Kogi. Today, inside church, they've taken the pastor, they've taken his wife, and 30 others. We don't have the actual figures right now. So this is reality. We have others who not attack on the main road, though. Attack on the main road, kidnapped on the road to, all of this happening like simultaneously.
So what are we going to call all these ones? Now, people are saying Muslim. Okay, let's leave Christian now aside. Christian, Muslim, non-Christian, non-Muslim. Please, are these non-Nigerians? Are they supposed to be treated that way?
No.
Are they supposed to be dying for what they don't know?
No.
Now, another one again.
Yes.
Bumi is still roaming down the street. pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ní má nìyí ti ṣe. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ń dárúkọ ẹ̀ fún pé ó ti ṣe. Even the Arewa people came out and said, Gumi, we are not with you. All these things you are going up and down to say. Hey, Joe, what is our president doing? That is when you will know that even our president, or rather their president, and all his ministers, they are the ones who putting fuel in these terrorist people because they are aiding them, they are baiting them, they are helping them.
Let me say this for the sake of our listeners, all right? That Nigeria can wake up and kill 10,000 terrorists this evening over to yeah, 20,000 replace them the day after. Until Nigeria actually really start going after the sponsor. Once they begin to round them up in their number, this is not going to stop.
It will not.
No.
It will not. I was telling my husband, I said, if you want to deal with this, let us start from the roots. And who is root? Sponsors. By the time they say that they started killing their sponsors, I mean, not be when the sponsor gets money to give on to buy on ammunition, none will they bring more people. By the time they are no more.
This is a multi-billion dollars industry. This money.
I know.
No be everything that they carry cash. Some of this money even pass through the banking system of Nigeria. They know them.
That is it.
And once you
all those banks,
they will to find solutions.
That is it. So is Tinubu telling me that he's not seeing all these things or he doesn't know? That day, that minister of minister of came on air and was saying, we called them and they just left the business. Any information when you you came on air and you were saying that we called them. Really? So you know the terrorists and you call the terrorists to release the girl. So you call them to release the girl and to come and redo it again. Because if you say you want to go and you want to take away something from somebody without fighting that person or killing that person will definitely come back again.
My lady.
So you call them, they release it, and after how many minutes again, you heard that they've come back again.
Now, what kind of this deal? They came to the meeting and they have all these guns, these weapons. I want to call people with weapons. The policemen, the Nigerian, they have no weapons. What kind of this meeting
they have no weapons. I don't know. Cotonou has secured their border. Nigeria, what is wrong with Nigeria? Now, I was lost in Niger Delta, right? And when I did this thing, I want invite Abuja. Ejo, what are you inviting him for? That he should come and tell you where he got those weapons. He should come and tell you. So, how many Fulani or how many terrorists have you invited to come and tell you where they got their own gun from?
No.
How many? All the ones that are killing. Did you see the new couples that the man is even saying my wife is pregnant? Hey, I don't even know what they would have done to those people now.
I saw it.
They are traveling to Kogi.
That's why they shared the video because they are pointing guns on them.
Oh no! Wow!
Can just close their eyes. If everyone can close their eyes for a minute and just remember some of these victims that they've seen cried for help on social media that they have come across, just for a moment, and just imagine if there's somebody you knew, a member of your family. Do you really think you have the same? You will still maintain this same silence or support like to these guys in this sense? I don't think so, my lady. Take another one.
Nigeria should rise up. Nigeria should rise up. All those people, may it happen to each and every one of them. Our terrorists will come to their door one by one. They will not remain.
They killed him in front of his wife. His wife is still with them. She's a widow right now.
That woman now will be throughout that woman's life. She will never remain the same again. Never. May God let them even leave the woman.
So, I'll tell you this, ma'am. You have a good evening, okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my dear. Take care.
Yes,
bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. So I have another caller, but I want to quickly say, let my caller hang in there for a second. I just want to pass a message, okay? Listen. Thank you so much to all of you who have actually used the link. I have one person who have got me a cup of coffee. Thank you. And I've also had people who have actually like chipped in their own widow's mite into my PayPal too. So thank you, every one of you, and the intention. But don't forget, if you are still here with us to this point and you haven't really subscribed to my Egun's Diary Political, or you haven't liked this broadcast, please do so now, as we are almost 20 minutes away from rounding up. There is a caller here. Hello. The moment I actually connected them was when they dropped. Hopefully they come back. Hello there. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you, Baba?
Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while.
I know. And everybody knows that, you know. But it's really good to have you, all of you, back one by one. Still picking up the phone.
Yeah. Please. Baba, it's been series of programs and that you tweeted.
The one that actually comes to your mind, the one you really, really want to say.
But the one that is, the one that struck me today.
Yes, sir.
Is Azan Koka. I won't call him Bishop. To hell with them being Archbishop or Bishop or whatever. I mean, whatsoever the title is.
Did they call him Bishop Kuka?
Yeah. Kuka. I didn't even care. I didn't even care. You see,
any bishop anywhere.
You know what over the, can I say over the months I've been thinking like reflection on how people now value money more than their dignity, integrity, and Nigerian politicians are now playing kite with the life of their minors. You are allowing terrorists to be kidnapping kids, children from schools, secondary schools, primary schools, universities, minors. And these are not like 30 years old leaders, so these are elders. And this Mumu with big belly, in that Senate or the House of Assembly, they will be saying, this is elder chamber. We are elders. But Agbanyo Tole, I want Baragbarada, that will be Daphne Bayi. Tomotomonya, Yauni, Atahokon, Komani Daphne. Righteousness exalts a nation.
That's right.
That's what the Bible says. It's not the Bible that said that. Say that stuff. Righteousness exalts a nation. So you guys are seated there every day, and they are killing your minors.
It took the reaction of Donald Trump for us to even see this series of little efforts that they are pushing. But obviously, right, they are mostly for performative, just to show us that they are doing something. In the main,
no, nothing going to happen.
In the reality, people are still, oh my God, people are still being like hunted down like animals, man.
Damn. But the same people when Donald Trump just near text on X, whatever they call it, just single tweet. They were the one being protest saying that, oh, there's nothing like Christian massacre, Christian not being genocide. This is not been happening. Nigerians themselves protesting. Have you? Nigerians themselves protesting. They are protesting
to come and turn them to Iraq. When
the guy and talk them to Iraq, so
turn them to Afghanistan.
My question to those idiots is that their resources, the petrol, what do we have? What else do we have? You see, rubber, gold, crude oil. Of what benefit?
Gold.
Of what benefit? Of what benefit is it to them? Is it not less than 1%, the fragment of the whole nation that is enjoying it?
Unfortunately.
Well, I don't know, but I think Christian now should know. Christian now should know that they don't have leaders, number one. And they should go and sit down and have a rethink with their Christian nonsense they've, get deep into. To let them realize that is Christian even real? I've been like the best part is all this art, a big cathedral they are building around that will bombard one day like
I'll take another one.
Baba, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time, okay? You have a very good one, Baba. Now, here I have another call on the line. Can you hear me?
Baba, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now,
good afternoon from here.
And I can hear you too.
Okay, thank you very much for taking my call. Yes, yes. So thank you very much. Now, you see, everybody in Nigeria, problem we have, we are just deceiving ourselves. Everybody, politicians, everybody deceiving themselves. FPC is a terrorist organization.
No doubt.
It's a terrorist organization. This is not a political party. It's a terrorist organization. Not Buhari is a terrorist. Everybody knows. This is their plan. They invited people. They are open up in television, telling people through. What Nigeria want to know? These people invited terrorists all over the world. All the Fulani to come. They want to occupy Nigeria. And Nigeria is their forefathers' property. The podium. Yes. This is their father's properties. So all of them are there. Tinubu is away. Tinubu is among them. Before them four APs, all of them form this thing. Tinubu is away. Tinubu is a terrorist. Let Nigeria stop deceiving themselves. All these APCs, all of them are terrorists. If you see what is going on, they are terrorists. They are working together. The other ones, the PDP, who don't have work because Nigeria problem of Nigeria politicians. Politics is not a career.
No.
They don't have something doing. They take politics as a career. Everybody coming to see. That's why when you see them, they will live office more than 20 years. They still stand there because they don't have anything. It's only to keep that capital cash. They don't have investment. It's only to keep that capital cash. You keep them somewhere. When you are eating money, no income, no matter how you be, until they have found that practice of living a luxurious life.
Despite all that, they couldn't even to make themselves more productive. And then about take, you know?
That's the only thing, my brother. That's the only thing. So this is the problem. Some of them involved in this thing. Police, soldier, all of them are involved for this thing now. This is organization. This is a terrorist organization. Anytime Nigeria will wake up, the masses fight against them. Them need to fight them. It's only the revolution. Without the revolution, nothing. We are just playing. The country is just a joke. They are just joking. They don't give country. Everybody playing. They give the people 10,000. The people in social media. They are defending them 5,000 hungry people. Because sometimes when you see the comment, if you look their profile, if you see somebody that is dying, that he can never feed himself. You will see them, this is the people, this is the tools. They use them as a tool. And the death will still reach their hands. If Nigeria just keep quiet, it's one by one. They will take them one by one, until they get them finished. Oh my God! This is how the thing will be. So if Nigeria can never, if they can never rise up, the only one to rise up, nothing will do them. Because the country is working everybody. That is why the politicians don't need people to enlighten people. That's the only problem they might have. That's the only problem because the man is working the spirit of everybody. So people to rise against this bad government. That's why they don't want to see him. Even politicians, all of them are the same. They don't want to see that man because they want to property everyone. So they will take everything concerning Nigeria. Their children are living large. So they need to put Nigeria in a third level. In their person again. So Nigeria went to is a third
Thank you very much anyway for your contribution, Mazi. All right. People we're asking your name and where you're calling from. Do you want to share that?
Yeah, I can share it.
All right then. So
I'm calling from Mexico City.
From Mexico. Mazi, thank you so much for your time, all right? Enjoy the rest of the evening, okay? It's probably, almost late.
Thank you very much.
Let's take this. I think we have Lady Charm. Is that Charm?
Hello.
Ma'am.
Good evening, Michael. How are you?
Oh, good evening to you. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Grand. Sorry,
I have to go to a different
my
place.
glasses is becoming very weak now that sometimes I barely see well. So that's why I was like, is that charm? Is that you?
I hope you're going to have it looked into.
No, I've got to get another one in December, but we'll see.
Okay.
So thank you
Long
for
time.
calling in. How's it been?
It's been good. I've been wondering what's happening with you.
Well,
And I'm praying that everything is okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm very well. It's just same old. And I think we are coming out of that gradually. You see?
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
That's like demotivate. You know, when you get so demotivated, like you're doing so, putting in so much, and you're getting so little out of it and all that, and then you still have to do it because you just have to do it. Then, I think,
I've been asking you.
Lately, more and more of our, of our people coming back makes it more like encouraging. We'll get there.
Okay. But you know, one thing I always said to you, even in the beginning, was I don't know how you do it, because the constant hearing of this, it's like there's no upward trajectory to it. It's just, one bad news after the other. No.
It saps you a lot as well, no doubt. And coupled with personal challenges and other stuff, putting all of that or putting all of that behind, and still come around to present something that people will say they waste their time. I can imagine, but yeah, I think I'm made for this. So yeah.
Okay, let me. So I don't know. There's just a lot that has gone on, and I just wish that there were times when we could actually chat, because when you're presenting all of these things, there are so many things that come to your mind, and you're like, my goodness, where are we? What are we doing as a people? How did we get here? But all of us, we're all culpable. We're all responsible for the way Nigeria is at the moment, right? Remember, I used to say that when the first criminal was celebrated, and we didn't do anything about it, and we followed everyone to celebrate the criminals, we didn't ask questions. We said, oh, please, where did you get this your money from? What did you do? How did you get this your wealth? Or politicians who we know clearly have defrauded the country and have stolen and compromised every other person in the process of stealing, instead of us rising up and saying, no, this person must go to prison, right? When they call us out, we all come with what we eat. We say, oh, I went to, in fact, we use them to drop, name dropping and say, I know this person, that kind of thing. All of us were culpable. We didn't.
It is all there, so such enough that we can, you can reflect on things, your role, either by your silence or by your own bias, all of that. We will see where we have all somehow defaulted. Yeah,
exactly. Think of where we are right now. We have a bunch of criminals. People are like, how come he chose Reno and the rest for ambassadorial roles and everything? I said, who else was he going to pick? Was he going to pick you? Is he going to choose you so that you can come and tell him that what he's doing is wrong? Would you want to even jeopardize your life that you're going to come and tell somebody that, oh, by the way, I think the way you're handling such and such is wrong? Who else is he going to choose? People like him.
Jesters, praise singers. Who else did people expect him to choose? Like, why are people acting surprised?
Why are they surprised? The people who choose. And I always say this thing, right? And people don't really get it. I said, Tinubu is the gift that keeps giving, because all our criminals are right in front of us. They know it's not so, we don't know who they are because they're hiding somewhere or they're not as visible as we know. His government has made them visible. They have made us be able to identify who our problems are. Now, as an Igbo woman, as a Biafran, I'll say, oh, there was a time I thought that Bianca Ono was on our side. But now I know that this one is also a criminal. And that when we are trying to get rid of criminals, she's one of the people that we need to get rid of. So Tinubu's government is the gift that I say keeps on giving. The one that helps you identify.
The liberal to me said, as much as this is something that is so hard for a lot of people, but somehow Tinubu's regime or emergence could actually be a blessing, because it has now helped to see supposed unreasonable, cold-hearted, supposed older people we held in high esteem.
In high esteem, yes.
We saw as inspiration here and there. This Tifnubu's regime exposed all of them to who they really are.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Acting surprise again, like, oh my God! So this is
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
but now, because we have Tinubu as a so-called president or whatever, we have been able to identify who all the key players are. We know all the names of the people in the past.
Traditional rulers, so religious.
Whether they are traditional rulers, and all of those. Exactly. Even church leaders.
Yes.
Okay. Let us not church leaders and the Muslim clerics. We know we can now tell ourselves the truth if we want to. That these are our problem. These are the people who are keeping us down. These are the people who are constituting the users who will not let us be as a people if we tell ourselves the truth. And I keep saying it here. You can't come to my good temple and say, oh yes, this is what is happening. We agree with you. And then you wake up the next Sunday and go to church for goodness sake. And go and sit down in the midst of the same leaders that will not tell you the truth. And you don't even have the courage or the bravery to stand up and say, take your shoes off, dust it. They will understand. They will get it when you do that. It would let them know that you cannot fool me all the time. You can't fool me anymore. If you're not going to call out these leaders, if you're not going to call out the president, because you think there's something bad, or if you come out and you tell me that you had a vision, exactly, that you had a vision and God told you that this criminal is the one that is going to lead us to salvation in the midst of all of this bloodshed. Do you know how much blood that land has consumed and is consuming, Maegun?
The fact that they are,
do you know how much blood
that the 7,000 Christians have been actually documented to have been slaughtered in 2025 alone? It is so unbelievable that Nigerians have become so indifferent, right, about this whole thing that they are questioning that number, like we're just questioning 7,000 chickens or 5,000 chickens.
If you're questioning, I would even say that, using the word undocumented is actually very appropriate because I think the numbers are more than that.
Possibly.
Okay, absolutely. I think the numbers are. Remember, I went to University of Jos, and during my time in University of Jos, there was, Muslim fanatics went on a rampage. There were some students that are still not accounted for till today. So when you're talking about numbers of people that have gone because of this madness, right? What is 7,000? There are hundreds of thousands that have gone. That country has been drinking people's blood.
Oh, January to November, that's what they said. They said January to November alone, they've recorded 7,000 documented.
No.
What about the undocumented?
The undocumented, you have villages where you're talking about.
And if people agree that more Muslims have been killed, right? If indeed, like they have agreed with us that more Muslims have been, Muslims have been killed, or more of them have been killed, meaning more Nigerians have been killed in that regard, right? Add that, if they could give us a figure, they will say, oh, if they say they have killed more Muslims in that between January and now, then we can say maybe they've killed double of that, 14,000. Now let's add all of that together. If 20,000 Nigerians were slaughtered by the same set of terrorists, shouldn't that be alarming? Concerning?
That should be alarming. That should be alarming. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Even if it was, even Muslims, are they not human beings? Are they still not the children of God, for goodness sake? Yeah. Is it okay that they should die the way that they have died? I was watching a video of a lady who I don't know if she's a Muslim, but clearly she was somebody who lived in the north. And this woman is an older woman, but she recounted her ordeal of being raped.
Jesus.
Raped, I don't know by how many people. This same Fulani terrorist. This is many years after. And the woman was sobbing and crying. I didn't know when I said when I said crying myself, because I was like, this is trauma.
That's the trauma that comes with all of this. That's the one with barely
the trauma that comes with everything that is going on.
Yeah, that's the part we talk about. When people survive them, right? All that attacks and the rest of that, right? People just
are they really surviving
their lives?
Are they really surviving? Have they really survived the trauma and seeing everything that is going on today, and even the potential that it might still happen to more people tomorrow? That is making people mad, for goodness sake. And I just want to say a few things because I know that people want to try and call. Now, another problem that we have as a people is that we do not know our history. Our people need to start educating themselves. You see these Fulani headsmen that are going on down the road, these bandits that we're talking about, because we call them bandits, they're terrorists and everything. Let us please distinguish them from the Hausas who are indigenous to the north. The Fulanis have always been strange bedfellows with the West. They always beaten. In terms of slavery, people talk about the slavery of the Westerners. They never talk about the one that came first. The one that came first was instigated by these people. Okay? Now, if people understand their history and know that these people will always be used, these are the strange bedfellows. We know that the unrest, right, in this country and most of the Sahel countries are instigated by foreign entities. Whether we want to believe it or not, this is the truth. Because of greed, because nobody wants to pay a fair price for resources, right? Now, these are the strange bedfellows. These are the same people that stole families, our ancestors from that continent and took them to the north, where we have the Middle East and all of that. Forget about the ones that went to the West and all of those places, right? You understand what I'm saying? And those people that was a bloody event that happened in a time of humanity. Because all of this was, and it's barely spoken of, and I think that is intentional. Because if people understood the roles that they were played by these people, then we will be more careful in our interactions. That is what history lessons are for, to teach you so that you don't make the same mistakes, right? Let's start that one. Now you have the United States of America. In as much as Tinubu is what we don't know he is, right? We've all established that this man is a CIA asset. So if America is actually interested, and I'm not saying they shouldn't come and do what they say they want to do, because I think it's timely and it is needed, but if they really want to help with Tinubu and his government, start to release those FBI files. Start to release those information that you have on all our leaders. They are culpable in this particular situation. Can be all of this. Like if you find that you come and use your drone and if don't have the head, that is not going to be enough. If Tinubu is still in power,
you can't have a position of authority and expect the sustainability of any form of action against other criminals, whether armed or unarmed. In fact, those
exactly
are more dangerous than the armed, because without the unarmed
in
authority, the armed criminals in the forest will not exist.
And that is the truth. So if we start, if they're really interested in delivering this country, which the truth is that the Western country really wants to see the ascendance of an African nation. Do you understand? We have to be the ones to take it by force. We have to be the ones to decide, enough of this nonsense. You have a brain, I have a brain, I want the best for my country, you want the best for your country. We will have to duke it out on the table.
That's right.
With everybody's best interest hashed out at the end of the day. We will have to do this. So let's stop waiting for the West. They also have their own interest. If they really want to get rid of things like this happening in that continent, they should start by releasing the FBI files. When they start releasing those FBI files and then getting people riled up, then maybe we'll have a better country.
Hopefully.
Thank you, my good Jerry. God bless you.
Thank you very much. You actually wrapped it up so much brilliantly and beautifully, right? Enjoy the rest of the evening and you have a wonderful week, ma'am. Okay? So to the rest of us, it's going to be the same. Our time is right on the dot. I appreciate your time with me this evening. And like I said, we probably will keep trying to bring back the phone-in program, except for the time of emergency that we have to have our normal brunch time. Remember, the prime time is the evening time. Time has changed. 8 p.m. UK time is now 9 p.m. Nigeria time. As we are about approaching 11 p.m. at this hour, it is nearly midnight in Nigeria. Keep that in mind. And the next time that Mayegun is on, you won't want to miss anything. Thanks for your time. Don't forget, like the broadcast before you leave. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't.
Now we'll see you another time. It's a good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.